Okay, hi, welcome back.
Welcome back.
And we're going to go to the something. Three magical laws again. And if you're wondering, is Jurka going to sing again? Yes, he is. But let's start with the first magical law in the something.
But what most speakers and communicators are forgetting is that there are actually two sides of the brain. The emotional side of the brain and the rational side of the brain. So what we're saying is magical law number one, back up your story with evidence by appealing to the rational brain, using facts, using science, using research results. And then also appeal to the emotional side of the brain by maybe sharing an anecdote or a story, a beautiful picture that is inspiring, or as Bas always says to me, use a song. Magical law number one, back up your story with evidence, use rational evidence and use emotional evidence.
Yeah, and what I find fascinating is that the emotional size of our brain, literally so much bigger than a rational size of our brain. So we need to talk to the emotions. And we as liberals tend to be not so good at it. So we added an extra rule how we can create more emotional connection, which is conflict. Every time you talk about conflict, something happens in the brain. It's why journalists love it so much. It sells newspapers. So if you're in favor of something, what are you fighting against? Who angers you? So if there's something that can't be said, if there's an elephant in the room, if there's a real enemy, call it out. Rule number two, use the power of conflict.
And that brings us to magical law number three. Always talk about the future. Infuse your story with the future. As far as I know, we human beings are the only species on this planet that can plan ahead. We can act differently because the future then will also be different. So use that in your story. Be your own trend watcher. Show your audience what their world could look like in a month from now, in 5 years from now, in 25 years from now. And as the campaign song of Bill Clinton said, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Magical law number three, infuse your story with the power of the future.
Yes, Jurka, find your inner Bill Clinton. So to summarize, three magical laws on the something. Back it up with evidence, both rational and emotional. Use the power of conflict. And inspire your audience by talking about the future. So that was it. Let's go to the next video and we'll talk about the me.